Sound check, sound check. We're gonna start in about 5 minutes here. About 5 minutes, give people enough time to walk in here. Get this party started then. All right, yeah, we're gonna get this party started in a minute. About 2 more minutes, we'll get it up and running. Give me a second. I got to handle one more email. All right, let's get back to this. Let's get to this real quick here. All right, first thing I want to get to, let me get to this here. First thing, people, we need more subscribers. We need more views. So click, like, subscribe, give you some great content. Well, I feel you're getting a lot of great content. Make sure you click, like, subscribe. That's very, very important. If you want to see content keep coming, click, like, subscribe, tell people about it. Make sure you say, hey, man, go watch this guy's room. You know, you like it, you dislike it, whatever. Well, I guess if you dislike it, you're not going to tell nobody come see it. Let's get this party started. Let's look at what we got going on here. I want to dive into the notes first. Man, RTY really, really burnt people, man. Can you see this? How this thing, it burned people so many times, it's ridiculous. You know what? Let me pull the big chart over. Let me get rid of that one. I feel so sorry for people who played that RTY gap. I mentioned that last night, people. I mentioned that last night. Be careful trading those gaps. I mentioned that. It faked you out right here. It faked you out again here. It faked you out again here. And each time it faked you out, it went up. Remember, I kept telling you the price was that 23.14 last night. Make sure y'all listen to the entire videos, people. There's so much information I'm giving you. You can't just listen to some. I mean, you can do what you want to do. You do what you want to do, because you know I trade for real, so it's kind of hard to get people involved in something that you got to keep pushing them for, because I know how long the road is to do this. And a lot of people only have steps. And like I said, I guess it is what it is. But it faked you out really good here, people, right here. Then it turned around, it faked you out again here and even here. And this hurt. Oh my God. The people that was in that trade, oh my God, I feel your pain. That's why I told y'all, I kept telling you last night. What did I tell y'all last night in the video? If you ever stuck in this situation, you always choose price. No matter what happens, you choose price. If you have to go against a gap in price, you choose price. If you got to go against a RSI, VWAP, you choose price. Price will always be your foundation for everything. And this thing just kept ripping, people. I mean, this thing just kept ripping. And man, can you imagine the amount of money people are lost from that gap? So from that gap was 297. This thing maxed out at 23. Is that 58? 58. That's what it looks like to me. I'm getting old, man. Started using some glasses or something, I guess. 58, roughly about 23.58. So man, that's a lot of money lost, man. If somebody was in that trade, and I know some people was in it, man. Let's get to how much did they lose. I'm just curious. I just want to see how much they lost on it, be honest with you. I just want to see it. So it's 23.58. And that's $900. No, I guess it wouldn't be 900. So that'd have been $305 on one micro, 3,000 if you ran the regular contract. Man, that could hurt. Do you understand me? Man, that could hurt. Let me see something here. Matter of fact, I have a old, what you call it? I'm gonna bring it up. Let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna bring it up in a minute. All right, that hurt. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me pause something real. Sorry about that, people. I wanted to do something on the other page. All right, sorry about that. Let's get back to this gap. Oh man, that had to hurt. Do y'all understand me? That had to hurt. Oh my God, that had to hurt. So anyway, let's get back to that gap was a fake out. I told y'all anytime where you are in a situation like that, always choose price over everything. Choose price. Don't choose nothing else. Always choose price. You see a situation like that going in that trend, and I told you last night, if you listen to that video, I said that thing could spike up. Remember, I said that last night, y'all. I kept saying that thing could spike up because everything starts setting up to do this. You know, unfortunately, what happened is it did it, I think, right at that opening, right behind that opening, and it never looked back. And those are really, really hard to trade because, like I said, it just did it at the opening. So let's get that done. Let's get that RTY done. Let's push this off to the side. And that gap is still there. So that gap still hasn't gotten filled yet. That, which is really weird. It's still there. Let me see what I have put this one here for too. Same way with now YM had a small gap here. It came shy, so you want to pay attention to that, but it ended up filling their gap. And one thing I knew people was gonna get burned on that. Didn't I say that last night, y'all? I said this is what I told everybody last night. If you go back to that video, I said ES and NQ got the gap. At that time last night, remember, I was saying that YM and RTY hasn't got their gap. But I said you got to be careful because people are going to think all of them going to get their gap. Last night I told you, you make sure you trade everything by themselves. That's it. Don't trade, try your best to trade every instrument and everything as if they are their own entity. And man, that damn gap. Oh my God, I feel sad for people who was in that trade, because I have been in those situations, so I know the feeling to lose. I mean, not that much, but I know the feeling to take a blow like that. I mean, that's a $9,000 blow. Okay, let's get back to this. All right, ES, YM, and NQ all hit all-time highs today. RTY still a long ways away from theirs. Actually, they was pretty close because they're at 266, if I'm not mistaken. 26, what are they all-time highs? We'll go to it real quick. So they're pretty close. They're pretty close at 22.33. So that's pretty good right there. That's pretty good. All right. I'm just curious if we ran 3 contracts on that one. I mean, I'm just curious. I just want to see what happened. If you ran 3 contracts on that thing to try to get your all-time highs. 66. 56. Okay, so that ain't two. Be about $1,500. All right. All right. So now, if you notice one thing about my trading, when I trade, my numbers are really precise, people. There's a reason behind it. I just got a lot of experience. I just been doing it for a long time. And just like last night, we said that number would hit that 2306, and it did. There was one miscalculation that I did on that. I forgot to tell you there was actually another very, very strong number right in front of that, which was actually 2309. Now, and we really need to bring that up. We need to bring that up to a situation. We need to bring that up because, see, this is what happens. Now, I forgot to tell you the price we were going for last night, we knew was 23. I guess you can. But the first price we had was 2306, right? 2306. But I forgot to tell you that there was a price at 2309. And this was actually a strong price. That's very important. Try your best not to make mistakes like that. Yes, our main target was 2314. This price was stronger, but sometimes if you have another strong price that's lingering, and it depends on what time frame it's on, this price will act as a support or resistance. So this market could easily went up here, couldn't get past that line, and start trickling back down. So you got to be very, very careful in those situations, people, because that can happen. And I have seen it happen numerous of times. You have to know where those major price lines are at. Even if they're lingering prices, you need to know where that price line is at. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to know. Got it. That market, back to RTY, most of the power went right after the open. And just like at the opening, you can get big gains, you can also get big losses, because I guarantee you, this was a big loss for a lot of people. I put money on that, because a lot of people seen that gap left over from last night. They seen that gap right here. They seen this gap. And that line is that gap, of course. And when this wick kind of spiked down here, they put their money on that one. It went up, they put more money on that trade. This right here, this wick here hurt, because that's when everybody thought it was going down to that gap. I didn't. I left it alone. I left it alone. That hurt. I put money on it because people got bit on that. They got bit here. They got bit here. They got bit here. And the ones that were up late night got bit here, got bit here. So you think about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was 7 fake outs. 7 fake outs. That hurt. I wasn't in it. You know, once I seen it going to profit, like I told y'all, I was getting out of that trade. And that's exactly what I did. So, you know, even though it's a demo, you know, like I said, I really can't really brag on demos because it just is what it is. But even on that demo, this what ended up happening. I ended up getting $230 off that and got out. So hold on one second. This phone just keep blowing up. I have no idea why. Man, these scam calls, man. I mean, I'm gonna have to try that new Google phone. I keep getting a lot of spam calls, and they call like back to back. I mean, the time I kept saying somebody could call, and they had called 3 times. So I actually thought it wasn't a scam. I'm like, man, they kept saying spam risk. So they kept calling. I kept hitting the door. They called right back. They called right back. I'm like, man, that is. I'm gonna turn my phone on so y'all can hear it this time. 1, 2, 3 times back to back. Like I said. All right. I put money on it, man. That gap hurt people. I know it did. I know it did. All right. Let's get what else we have. What else we have on that information here? So we got precision. I showed y'all the 2 attachments. People, listen to the whole video. Man, I put so much information on these videos. I got a lot of knowledge on this stuff. Go on the videos and listen to the whole video. There are so many hidden messages and so much you can learn on my videos. You know, listen to the whole video. Just like that trade, we was calling that trade step by step. Listen to the whole video. Back test me, people. Follow up on the things I said. Last night, I said that 2314 was the number. It blew past that 2314 and it kept getting it. I mean, it kept riding. It did not slow down one bit. Oh man, I wish I would have took that trade, man. But it was at an opening, and I don't trade openings. Openings are some of the hardest things. I mean, or some of the most unpredictable things to trade. To me, I think they are. But anything I say on this video or any other video, back test me. Back test me. See if I'm right. See if I'm on point with things. You know, you got to become a master. Hold on, let me get rid of the dog. He keep wanting to play. I can't play with you right now, man. All right, he's gonna keep coming. You're gonna hear him scratching at the door in a minute. Become a master at OHLC, open, high, low, close. People, that is so important. When you are trading, people, know what this price of that wick was. Know what that price is. The algorithms can care less about what we feel and what we think. The algorithms do one thing and one thing only. SPY. SPY, he's beating his dog beating at the door. The algorithm pays attention to everything. It's not just looking at that one thing that some people are looking at. It's looking at all the prices. So when that algorithm kicks in, let me do this. I want to do this. What's that for? Let's say 453. So the algorithm is just doing just what I just did, right? When that algorithm kicks in, it's looking for all the numbers. That number has hit 15 times. Now, if you notice, it hit 6 times. Oh, I don't want that one. Dang it. I don't want that one. But if you notice, this number has hit 3 times at the close, 1 time at the high, and there. Let's put 51 in there. 51 looks like a good one. I'm gonna try to get one that hit a lot. I want to show y'all something here. 17. See how many times 51 hit? And it hit all the time in the low. See? That's very, very important. So stop just paying attention to the open and the close. Pay attention to the high and the low as well. They're just as important. Trust me, people. Now, the open and close help out when you go into the next candle, whether it's live candle. But as far as reading price, you have to read them, people. So make sure you write that down. Become a master of those, not just some of them, not just the ones that we want to do. You know, become a master of all of them. My daughter's dog is mad at me. I play with him more than anybody, so he's banging at the door. He's still mad. He's a little Yorkie. Let's get back to the RTY. We're going to beat that RTY a lot today. That RTY, we kept saying that thing was going up, and damn it, it did. Trading, believe what you see. Don't go by what you think. What you think have no bearing, no cause, no effect on the market whatsoever until you put a large sum of money on it. Then it might. But for the most part, it has no bearing whatsoever what's going to happen in the market whatsoever. So you want to make sure you pay very close attention to what the market is telling you. If this market says it's going up, damn it, believe it. Last night we kept saying this. I didn't think it was going to do all that, but we kept saying this market was going to go up. We kept saying that, didn't we? We said, man, that thing is going to go up. It's going to go up. It's going to go up. It's going to go up. And that's exactly what it did. We already got that. People, once again, like I said, we're going to be RTY up. Everybody's seen the gap. The gap was nothing new. It was nothing I can do that you couldn't see. My price lines is a whole nother ballgame. Yes, I did open the door for the dog. He kept scratching at too much. Everybody sees this, but only the people that looked at my video last night knew there was a number at 23.14. That was the number the market was going for last night that we said. It hit that number and that thing just catapulted. But a gap is obvious. Trading is not that easy, people. Trust me, it's not that easy. And if you think the obvious is just always going to be there, don't believe that. If everybody else sees this, you see this, you think they're just going to let you get $2,000-$3,000 and take their money? It ain't going to happen, people. So be careful when you see the obvious. Okay, there. What we got? We're through with this page. Very strict rules to this game. Very strict rules to the game. And I want to go back to this one and we'll be done right here. We're done with this page. We're done with this page for now. Let's go to the video I did yesterday. Last night. I did this video last night. Clever dude. I'm busy, man. This dog is still on me. If you notice right here, ES, I put the time down there. I put the time and I said at the moment, but the price, it has to close. Yeah, there you go. But it must close above 46.08 at that time, at that moment. There are very strict rules to trading, people. That's one of them. That's one right there. If you're going to trade something, you have to take into consideration, when does that market set up to the best of your advantage? You just don't trade things because you want to trade them. You just don't sell things or buy things because you want to. You must have some kind of method behind your madness. Let's get back to ES. ES has a great price at that 46.12, but it has to stay above 46.05 now, and then you look for a setup that should catapult you up. So that's going to be your trade right there. ES, matter of fact, I'm looking at that trade right now as I speak. Man, okay, hold on. You got to wait on that trade. It got to get closer because it can pull back to 4,600. So that's scary. And then it just created a gap right here. I'm not too much concerned about that gap. It just created a big old gap right here. Hold on one second. Let me get this dog a bone or something. Okay, sorry about that. Now, ES just created that gap right here. So you must always write notes. Like I said in the previous videos, you have to go back for people who are new. Always look at the videos I'm putting up. I'm giving information. Once you see things like this is stuff that people are not paying attention to. You cannot not write that down. You have to make a note of that gap. You have to. Not whether you want to or not, you have to make a note of that gap because the market looks for any reason to change on you. It does. It looks for any reason to change on you. And that's one of them. That can be one reason. Oh, well, we went down. You know, I don't think nobody can sue the market. I mean, people have tried. I know that one guy tried in that documentary, tried to sue the market, you know, but you can't sue the market. I mean, I don't know what happened, but you have to put this in consideration. Even though I'm telling you it has a good price target, but it has to stay above that 4606, which it already got underneath it just a little bit. You have to pay attention. There are strict rules to this game, people. It's not as easy as people cut it out to be. You have to pay attention to those rules. That's one of them right there. If something like this happened, you better notate it because you need to put this in your drawback equation. So if you say, hold on a second here, man, I am getting so many messages. Okay, so if you go into this, right? Imagine you go into this trade, and I'm telling you right now, let me do this. Let me do this real quick. Okay. So you go into this trade right now, and I'm telling you the price right now is 46.12. That's your best price. But it also has to get above 46.06. See, the market is like that. So the price is 46.12. It has to stay above 46.06. But now you have a gap that's sitting at 46.03. That's a horrible 6. Now you have a gap sitting at, now that's a problem because you must put this gap in your equation of trading just in case it pulls down and closes that gap like it looked like it's trying to do. I don't know if it's going to do it or not, but you still better put that in your equation. So if you was to enter this trade at 46.06, that's not the entry price. That's the price that says everything is good for you to enter. Then you need a setup. That right there is 12 ticks or 3 points. So if you're running, you know, $12, what's $12.50? That's what, $150 drawback, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right, y'all? That's $150 drawback right there. So what are you going to do in a situation like that? See, you got to pay attention to that, people. That's very, very important because you're automatically going into a situation that has the potential to pull back 3 points. If you're running one contract, 150. If you're running 3 contracts, it's 450. 6 contract, 900. You know, so you have to put this drawback into your equation. You have to. It's not nothing that you can't get. You can't get around that, people. You just can't say, oh, I don't care what Lincoln said, I'm not going to trade. I don't care if it pulls back to the gap, it pulls back. You better know where that gap at and know, because you don't want to over leverage. You don't want to get into a situation where that gap will pull back. And then I just told you there's another price at 4,600. So what happens? What happens in a situation like this? If this thing pulls back, fills this gap, then it goes down there. Now, instead of being down 3 points, you're down 6 points. Instead of being down $150, you're down $300. See? And then depends on how many contracts you're running. So you want to make sure you take that in consideration before you do anything like that, people. I promise you. Sorry. Okay. My son came and closed the office door. I guess I was talking too loud. Guess you're like, Daddy, be quiet, be quiet. Okay, let's get back to here. All right, what trade we want to take here? Okay, you know what? Let's take that one I just said right there. Let's take that trade. Let me look at it. Let me look at it again. Ooh, you can't take that trade. You can't take the trade if you wanted to. Why? Look at this. See there? That thing's starting to push down. That's what I told you. You got that thing has to close above this line right here. Whether you like it or not, it has to close above 46.06 before you can even consider taking that trade. Do not take that trade if that trade is not what you're looking for, people. Do not take that trade. So let's see, can we scout the market real quick? Let's see what's good out here. We know and ES just filled that gap. So I think y'all seen it already. So we know that one's done. Let's see what we got. Let's see, can we get something? Let's see, can we get something here? See, can we find anything? Better keep an eye on CL, y'all. CL might drop. It's looking good right now. That thing might take a good drop. And then on top of that, it left a big old gap here. You better watch this trade, man. It left a pretty good sized gap here. But this thing might drop all the way down and get that gap. CL, better keep an eye on that trade because there's a strong price line underneath there. So you can use that gap, which is 83.54 as a target because there's a really, really strong price line right underneath that. So you want to pay attention to that one. Matter of fact, hold on. Matter of fact, this might be the one we want to trade. Let me look at it again. Oh man, we already missed our entry. We already missed the entry on that one. The entry on CL entry would have been right there. That sandwich. Remember I told y'all that? Right there with that sandwich technique. That would have been the entry. So let's get rid of that one. Let's see what we got. We already missed that entry. Let me see what else we got. Here, CL. Go to YM. Indices look like they're trying to drop. I don't know why. Because they still kind of, to me, they look like they might. I don't know what they're going to do, to be honest with you, because they're fighting it. They're fighting it right now. Huh. Interesting. Okay, what do I mean by off balance? What do I mean by off balance? I'm going to show you what do I mean by off balance here. Let me get a good one. Let me see, can I find a good one? One that won't kill you to try to understand. Dang, I can't find a good one without getting high tech, and I think I'd be doing too many advanced videos. That's what I think. I need to kind of, I hate to say dumb down because I always tell my son never to dumb down. But in this situation, I guess I'm gonna have to be a little bit more basic and try to explain some of this to you. That's why every time I put up my big screen, I'm not even gonna go through that screen. It's hard enough for y'all to understand this. So I'm not even gonna pull that up. Man, I don't have one that's kind of off balance. I want y'all to see one that's off balance. I mean, I have one, but it'd be too hard to explain it to you. All right, I'm gonna have to make it for you. Off balance means you got a green candle on, let's say the 15, a red candle on the 30, and a doji or something on the hour. That's off balance. That means the market is really not making a solid decision whether it's going to go up, down, sideways, or whatever it's going to do. And when you're in a situation like that, you don't want to ever trade. And that's how most of these things are now. You know, you want something to be decent. You want something to show that, hey, I am going down. Hey, I am going up. You want a clear picture. And if anybody got any questions, ask them questions, because we really don't have a good trade tonight, except that CL to drop down to that gap. We got that CL to look like it could drop down to gap. The bad part about it, we missed We already missed it. We already missed the we already missed it. You see this here? Y'all see that? See, that's a gap. It filled this gap. Down. And it created another gap. Now with RTY pushing up so hard, that gap might be something to be reckoned with. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it for the rest of the night. Anybody got any questions real quick? We really don't have a trade right now. And I don't even see one brewing, be honest with you. I don't even see one coming because all of them are off balance. Hold on, let me see if anybody, I keep saying anybody got any questions. I'm not even checking the screen to see if anybody's asking a question. I got a couple of messages that came in. All right, we don't have no questions, have nobody watching this one. All right, people, make sure y'all click, like, subscribe. We need those views. We need those subscribers. We need people to put up anything you can to shift, because remember, I only got 3 more days left on this. Then I'm going to shift it to the daytime. I'm trying to do my best to help the evening people out. If not, I'm going to go to the daytime like everybody else do, because that seems to be the hot spot.